Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Laundry Room. This is Pillar to Post, and I am your host, Pete Wall, here to bring you some more news from WWE on this May 8th, 2017. Now, this is the show that I'm going to be doing before Raw tonight, so if anything else happens during the day, it will be saved for later on this week. I'm going to be changing things up. Not so many extra editions. I'm going to reserve all news for Thursday to Sunday. And keep it just Raw, SmackDown, and NXT related throughout the rest of the week. Unless it is huge breaking news. Now, yesterday, I uploaded a video celebrating our 100 subscribers here on YouTube. I want to thank all those subscribers for signing on to the channel and supporting me. It's greatly appreciated. I want to also send thanks out to the followers on vidme.com, where I've been uploading videos to as well. Nothing goes unnoticed or unappreciated. So to celebrate the 100th subscribers, I actually made a video, and it is a celebration of these 100 subscribers, and we are going to hold a draw on the 14th of this month. And what you need to do, and I'm going to add that video link in the description below, but you need to visit that video. You have to make sure you're a subscriber. Comment in the comment section. It doesn't need to be anything particular. You can comment on the show. You can tell me what your thoughts on the wrestling business or whatever. It doesn't really matter to me, as long as you have a comment in there and I can see that you are a subscriber. Now on the 14th, we're going to do a draw, and the winner wins an official Circle of Steel t-shirt, and the sizes range from small to 5X. Check out that video, because I do show the design that will be up for grabs. And like I said, if you're interested in winning a t-shirt, just go to that video. Now, today, this has been reported over the weekend, but I was saving it for today, so I had a little bit more content to give you. Matt Hardy calls out Impact Wrestling president. Now, Matt Hardy retweeted a fan who called out Impact Wrestling for trying to keep Matt's broken gimmick. In his retweet, Hardy included Impact Wrestling president Ed Nordholm, saying Nordholm wants to keep his creation. Now, rumors say the rights battle between the Hardys and Anthem Entertainment owned Impact Wrestling over the broken gimmick, and characters may be close to a resolution. But you wouldn't be able to tell from social media. Hi, beautiful. I can definitely do that for you, sweetheart. Sorry for the interruption. That is the elusive wife that you rarely ever see on camera, and today you do see her. Continuing, Matt's wife, Rebby, has been tweeting about the former TNA and what her family believes is their intellectual property quite a bit this weekend, and even was on a receiving end of a since-deleted subtweet from Karen Jarrett. Now, 2 days ago, she said that she might bring back the F That Owl shirt based on something that happened on Friday. Now, earlier on May 7th, her husband responded to a message from someone who stated that fans were who was losing out in the war between Impact and the Hardys with this tweet. And he said this is Matt Hardy's tweet. Shows they do not care about the fans. At Ed Nordholm wants to keep my creation, the hashtag Broken Universe, hostage from fans who wish to see it. Now, the fans desire to see these characters is evident in the way every broken reference from Matt, either on social media or on Raw, is shared online. While it's hard to tell if this decision or any number of past controversial ones is plaguing Impact ratings, they don't seem to be winning in the court of public opinion. Now, my thoughts on this, I think it's at the point where TNA, Anthem, Impact Wrestling, whatever you want to call yourself, you need to let this die. You need to give up on it. You need to let these guys move on. Let them take their creation. Now, I know it is probably simpler just to recreate yourself and come up with a new gimmick, but this is what the fans are asking for right now. And I have no doubt that Matt Hardy and Rebby Hardy are the main brains behind this whole gimmick. Now, they do admit that there was others involved in this whole thing, but all in all, it was their idea. It was their thought process. It was their creation. So, what Impact needs to do is just drop it. Just drop it. Let it go to bed. Just let them have it. Let the fans enjoy what they want to see. Because at this point, it's painful reporting on this constantly. It is, because 1 minute they're saying, oh, they're close to settling this all. WWE is buying the rights to the gimmick and all this. And then Rebby Hardy says, well, WWE can't buy something we already own. So it's all a bogus, fake news article. And then now it's back and forth again, and it's ridiculous. It's hard, like I said, hard reporting on this constantly. I'm sick of it. Let them have their gimmick. Let them continue on their career, because what are you going to do with this gimmick? Honestly, are you going to put it on someone else? Because, frankly, no one else is going to be able to play this gimmick out like the Hardy Boys did. So, you guys need to put it to rest. Let it go, and let's finally move the fuck on. That's all I ask. But since I was, just very kindly said, F that owl, I'm going to put it in different terms. Fuck that owl, move on, let the subject die, let the broken universe continue on with the Hardys. That way, we don't have to report about it anymore, and the fans are happy because they're getting to see what they've been waiting to see. My thoughts, my opinion. Moving on. NXT star receives a name change. Now that NXT star is Dylan Miley. At NXT's event in St. Petersburg, Dylan Miley was introduced as Lars Sullivan, and his Twitter handle was also changed to Lars WWE. Sullivan made an appearance on NXT TV in April when he and Michael Richard Blaze lost to DIY. After the match, an angry Sullivan beat up his own tag partner. I want to see more of this guy. I really do. I want to see more of this guy because, wow. The power in this guy. He moves fast for a big guy. He looks like a fucking caveman, but he's got an intensity about him that I want to see. When I first seen him come out, I burst out laughing because the look and everything just screamed Cro-Magnon man, So it was good to see. I loved it. The power in the guy, for one, just outstanding. I want to see more of this guy. Big time. I will be following him in his career in NXT and hopefully the main roster. Kenny Omega recently did an interview with Sportskeeda. Now, Kenny Omega talked about Seth Rollins using his Rain Trigger, Shibata's injury, and Hulk Hogan, also the Bullet Club. So let's move on right into that. Now, Sportskeeda recently interviewed NJPW star Kenny Omega, and here are the highlights to that interview. He was asked, how do you feel about Big Damo using the One-Winged Angel in NXT and Seth Rollins using the Rain Trigger in WWE? Omega went on to say, "I'm cool with it. Examining their execution, it hardly appears like the same move anyway. Now in 2017, almost every move has been created. To make something new, sometimes the only way is to add your own spin to a pre-existing move. I have a fairly original moveset, but I do have a dragon suplex in my arsenal. I make that look fresh by adding a snap and keep it low to the ground. It looks original, but at the end of the day, it is just a dragon suplex." He was asked, what is the current status of the Bullet Club? Hulk Hogan recently expressed a desire to join Bullet Club, and the Elite have made no secret of their interest in Hulkster coming on board. Many fans dismiss this all as pure fantasy, but could we see Hogan throwing up the 2 Sweet sometime soon? This was a very short and quick reply, and it was Omega saying, "No comment." So I don't know if that means he's calling bullshit on that, or it's a big secret. Who knows? I wouldn't want Hogan in the Bullet Club. I don't see a point in it. With the serious injury of Shibata major news at the moment, what are your thoughts on headbutts in wrestling? Omega went on to reply, "People need to understand the nature of what we do and the lifestyles that we live. There's a strange assumption that in between our big shows we're resting comfortably and entering every big match situation at 100%. Now the truth is that we're working every day, and our off days are only absent of matches because the travel between destinations is too long. One headbutt didn't instantaneously end the career of a healthy super athlete. I have no doubt that it contributed and is a move we should probably avoid as daily performers, but to place blame solely on that one maneuver is unfair." He goes on to say, "I could go on forever about the topic, but I'll leave on this note. A healthy Shibata could shrug off 10 headbutts and wrestle 60 plus minutes. In our sport, there are always risks in everything we do. Heck, 10 years ago, I tore my meniscus on my entrance, resulting in surgery. As we take more punishment and fatigue of the schedule starts to set in, the percentage of injury naturally increases and the body's limit drops considerably. Shibata was the kind of guy who would always give 110%. And had been on a non-stop tear since before the G1 2016. He pushed past his own boundaries to keep his pace for the fans of NJPW, and the fatigue of being overworked for a year combined with the exhaustion of a 38-minute match is the true culprit. There's a lot of people that shit on him for the way he conducts interviews. They say he's too cocky, he's too much of an ass. That is a pretty good interview right there. He explains how and what happens to the body as you progress in your wrestling career, especially the struggle with the everyday exhaustion on the body, how much it takes out of the wrestlers, and how easily and how much more it is likely to be injured because of this. So, to all those that think that this guy can't give a good interview, you need to open your eyes a little bit better. Open your ears when it's a live interview, because that is a good explanation how shit goes down in the wrestling ring, and someone can lose their career over one little minor move, but that move is just that cherry on top of the ice cream. You understand? For all those guys that like to shit on the way Omega conducts himself in interviews, that was a pretty good one. Moving on. Fans' reactions to Titus being sued. I've been doing this for you guys lately. I've been giving you fan reactions. And the way that they have done the fan reactions, people can go and put whatever name they want up. So I'm going to say, the first one is from a guy named Spider. And he says, "Seriously, I hope the justice system finds in favor of Titus. Being hit with a cattle prod is not fun and extremely dangerous. Now, this lawsuit, or him being sued, is all due to a swerved episode that aired on WWE Network in 2015, and it is coming to light now. I don't understand why it took 2 years before this lawsuit was announced, but this is what the fans are reacting on. Like, the cameraman is suing Titus O'Neil for kicking his hand and the camera out of his hand, and the lawsuit is going for like 1.2 million plus. Pretty ridiculous for just a simple kick to the hand, but you know how it works. So moving on, next guy, Jason, says, yo, you wouldn't need that much if you have insurance, obviously, but this guy is going for a fortune. Vom Krieg is the next guy up, and he says, wait, Titus gets hit with a cattle prod, fights back, and he's being sued. Big question mark there. It's just a prank bra. It's not a legal defense to using a cattle prod on someone. The next guy is Mo Raba. He says, the way Vince treats him, I do not blame Titus one bit for this. Pedro Moreno Pacheco. The cameraman was only following orders. Titus reacted against the wrong person. Next guy, Vom Krieg, posts again, and he replies to Pedro. And he goes, only following orders? The Nuremberg defense? Question mark. That will go down in court really well. So, surprisingly, the fans have the back of one Titus O'Neil. That is a little bit of a shocker to me. You know, you didn't see that coming. Me, I'm not a Titus fan, but the way I looked at it, I got hit by a drunk driver while I was walking home. It was 7 o'clock at night. There was a lot of light out still. And this guy came across the road to the other side where I was walking and hit me. They estimated he was going about 120 kilometers an hour. I was thrown about 70, 75 feet. My whole left side messed up. My back messed up. I have a very hard time walking. I live with chronic pain on a daily basis. I lost hearing to the point where people have to yell at me a lot. And even when I'm doing the show, I'm always worried, am I yelling? Am I talking too loud? And if so, I do apologize for that because I don't hear how loud I'm actually talking. And I got screwed bad with the settlement, with the lawsuit in a whole. I got screwed real bad. And then you have this guy that got kicked in the hand. Now, at most, maybe he suffered a small fracture. Maybe he got a dislocated wrist. You know, maybe a finger got broken. Maybe the camera was damaged. So I could see getting, you know, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. You know, replace the camera. But that camera is probably owned by WWE in the first place. So scratch that. $10,000 at the most. You know. But $1.2 million, that is ridiculous. Ridiculous. You know, I barely get by supporting my wife and my 3 kids. And this guy wants $1.2 million? Man, who does he think he's going after? Vince McMahon? Because, frankly, Titus O'Neil is not that big of a star. Frankly, he's not a star at all. He's a joke right now in the wrestling business. And you want $1.2 million from him? That's probably more than what he's getting in a year from WWE. Maybe. I don't know that for sure. But I'm just saying, you know, 1.2 million plus for being kicked in the hand makes no sense to this man right here. But that is it for now. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to hit that subscribe and like button. And if you're on VidMe, please hit that the upvote and the follow button if you enjoyed the show. And tonight I will be back for another episode of Raw's results and review. And remember, go to the description below, check that video out for the draw, get yourself a t-shirt, and help this channel grow. That's all we can do, is just work together to make this a good environment, a good show, and build a community around it. And that's what I'm looking to do. So you guys have a good day. Enjoy the sun. If you got sun out there, we've got sun out here for a change. Just it's cold today, so it kind of screws with me anyway. But like I said, enjoy your day. I will see you tonight after Raw. Thank you very much, people, and keep on keeping on.